This video right here be titled Never Listen to What a Woman Says. I think men make a huge mistake when they actually listen to and believe what women say. Here's the thing. Women communicate very indirectly and shit. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of indirect shit. Like a lot of implied shit. You know what I'm saying? And women lie a lot. And that's lying too in a way. It's like a woman might want to fuck with you or sleep with you, but she might not come right out and say it in those words and shit. She'll say it in another way. But like I was listening to Jada Black. He was talking about they were talking about Cynthia G and Miss Chrissy, and they're talking about they said that they won't date a white man or whatever, and he said they didn't believe that shit, and I don't either. You know what I'm saying? Because any see, they say women go off of emotion, not logic, right? So the reality is, any person that goes primarily or does things primarily off of emotion can't really be trusted because they will be subject to do what they want to do with whom they want to do with whoever triggers those emotions. Like you could take a woman like Cynthia G or Chrissy or any pro-black type of woman, and a white man may come up to them and be talking about how they love black women and all that kind of shit. And those women will be on their knees sucking white dick quicker than any other, quicker than a black woman during slavery. Hell, you see what I'm saying? Any woman, I think any woman, especially a black woman, I think almost any black woman can be had by a white man because they have been pre-programmed to like white guys. Cause look at it like this: who runs the society, right? White guy. Who is the hero and the positive great person in almost every movie that comes out of Hollywood? White guys. Who watches the most damn TV? Probably black women. See what I'm saying? So never trust a black woman, especially like a pro-black woman. And here's the thing: they're all subject to whatever situation that they're in. If there's a drought, or let's say a black woman might have black guys, around her, and let's say as she gets older, the type of, because one thing about black women, here's the thing about black women and when it comes to black guys. A black woman hold these high standards for, well, they have low standards for like thug niggas and pretty boy niggas, but they have the highest standards for a good black dude. Like I said in the other video, they have low standards for the thug, and they have no standards for a white dude. This is how it works. Uh, they don't even really want a good black guy offhand either. They really want the thug black dude. It's like when a black woman can't get that thug white black dude or the pretty boy black dude, she skips over black dudes, the good ones and shit all together and go straight to white guys. That I'm talking about in her mind, like when they're arguing on YouTube and shit about this sort of thing, they'll just go straight to white guy because in reality he has been pre-selected to be her number one, and she feels like, oh, I gotta deal with these black guys. So if I'm gonna deal with one of those, he's got to look this way, dress this way, drive this car. He got to have something. Got to either look good or have money, or he got to have something. He can't just be a brother on the come up. See, this is the real reason why black women are the least married, and a lot of black women go old without husbands and shit, because black women, they burn a lot of bridges. And just like how they sit around and talk about how white men love them and they can get a white man and an Asian man, and those guys really ain't checking for black women like that. And black women generally have bad attitudes and loud mouths when it comes to black dudes, and they also good black dudes, and they also are very defiant toward decent black dudes. And there comes the point. Here's the thing. My man had he said that, and I watched some of Sandman's videos. He made a great point on one of them called the video was entitled "The 35-Year Itch," and he was talking about how men after they get 35, the smart ones anyway, they stop thinking with their little head and they start thinking with their big head. And when you start thinking with your big head, you look at women and you look at what generally comes along with women. And when you think about black women, you generally think she has kids by different guys. She's usually a financial obligation or financial liability. She's very defiant. She's very she talk too much. She eat too much, and they're very not. Black women, their personalities are generally not conducive to building positive relationships with a decent black man. So those black guys, either they just stop dating, or they'll date out or they'll raise, or they'll find a black woman who gets with their program. And then you got the other ones who are just simps. And they'll deal with the negative black women. And this is the real reason why black women generally end up by themselves in the long run. Their defiance of decent black men, and if another thing you've noticed is that black women sort of deify two types of men, two types of guys. That's white guys, well, three. White guys, non-black guys, and thug or negative black dudes. Have you noticed that? Read the comment sections of some of these videos. Black women will always generally be like, white guys are this, white guys are that, white guys are this. Even though a lot of them probably never been in a relationship with a white guy. And they'll say, like, Egypt Ann to me is a great example of a black woman with this mentality. In the past, she's made videos about thug black guys are alpha, they're good, they're great, they do good things. And then she'll go the other extreme and talk white guys are good, this, they're that, they're great, they're this. And then they'll always talk about the negative points of a good black guy. You notice that? They always talk about, oh, a good black guy could be cheating too, or a good black guy could be this too. This is why black women generally lose. They're not really being chased by most men. I'm talking about for marriage and positive relationships. Sex, yes. Matter of fact, black women are probably the first women that guys come to for sex. Like, I know. I remember I was at a went to a gas station one time. This is Arab dude who owned it. And I was talking to him sometime. He was telling me like how black women were the best in bed. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't dispute him. Well, as far as the sex in bed, I don't know, but I couldn't argue him or get mad at him for saying that because he did have a black woman who worked in the store for him, and black women generally are whores, and black women generally are willing whores for like non-black dudes. You see what I'm saying? Like I know Indian guys, who fuck black women or whatever, Mexicans, but I rarely see like marriages and shit. It's rare to see. Everybody sleeps with black women. You know you know what I'm saying? Like this is something black women don't want to admit because it's not positive. But black women have always been sort of like the fallback women. Like they're like the women who like loser Arab dudes date or loser white dudes. You know, dudes who can't get the women, the top women of their race, they get a black woman. Just like a lot of dudes, a lot of black guys get dudes with white women. But I've seen brothers with some good looking white women, but I rarely see black women with the top type of white guy. So I remember in school I've seen black women fighting over white guys, and I've seen white guys fuck black women, disrespect black women after they fucked them. I've seen all that. So everybody sleeps with black women, but no one really marries black women like that, except black dudes. And it's getting to the point now where a lot of black dudes don't even look at black women like that.